thank you very, very much. I can't help but wonder whether or not this is a demonstration of some priorities being a bit wrong here. I mean, scattering certain asylum seekers across the country and using what little housing stock is available at the taxpayer's expense, by the way. I mean, what do you make of this?
Well, this is an absolute disgrace. We all know every single council is facing huge pressures on the housing ladder, on social housing, on the rental market, rents through the roof. We know that. All it's going to do is flood the country with tens of thousands of people who are going to be put on social housing, push up rents, and that's going to make everyone who wants a social home, everyone who wants to rent a home, their life that much harder, make the costs go up, make it harder to get in. I think this is an absolutely bonkers scheme, but they should be put in the disused army bases, the places they were before, and that actually would keep the rents down. This flooding the market with tens of thousands of extra people. It is crazy and sends the wrong message to people that actually you work hard, you save, you pay the system over decades, you will be ignored, but you come over on a boat a couple of weeks ago, you'll get a social house.
Yeah, I mean, Alex, I'm sure a lot of people will agree with you, but the problem is, isn't it, that people aren't happy with barges being used, people aren't happy with RAF bases being used, people certainly aren't happy with hotels being used at, reportedly £8 million a day or whatever it is now. So the question is, where are these people going to go? I mean, the Conservatives, they weren't very good at stopping the boats from coming across, were they?
Well, I agree with you that we should be in the hotels, but I disagree. I think most people I speak to say actually they should be in disused army bases. They should be in that sort of accommodation. It's only a very small number of people who don't maybe have to fight to get on the social housing ladder actually want them out of it. I think most people want them in disused army bases. Now, look, my grandfather came here after the Second World War as a refugee. And you know what? He lived in a disused army base for years and years and years when my mother was born. If it's good enough for my grandfather, who came over here, who fought for Britain, who fought against the Nazis, why is it not good enough to use in this day and age?
Yeah, and look, Alex, there's a combination of different factors going on here, OK? So you're going to have, conceivably, people in quite dispersed communities where there's maybe not a lot of social housing, maybe a quite, let's say, traditionally rural British community, for example, that are going to find themselves with housing stock being taken up, potentially cultural changes. Now, some people won't mind about that. Some people obviously won't mind about that at all, and fair enough, OK? But they'll see the area potentially change. And you've got the coupling of that, I think, with people who have got concerns about that currently being labelled as far right, Alex. And I just think this is so tone-deaf at the moment if Labour plough ahead with this.
And it's crazy. Labour stood on a manifesto of smashing the gangs. We have seen no evidence of them smashing the gangs to stop the illegal immigration. All we've seen is actually getting more illegal immigrants out of disused army bases into the community. So rather than smashing the gangs, they're trying to smash the social housing market. It's crazy and completely disingenuous to the people who did vote for Labour, who actually wanted to end this mass illegal immigration.
And just very quickly, Alex, just another one from Labour. So the Conservatives, apparently they had a plan to ban convicted criminals, including violent criminals and even terrorists, from accessing social housing, from being put on those lists. Apparently Labour are going to completely backtrack on that and go against that. So they're dropping these plans. So potentially it could be that now criminals will be on social housing lists. I mean, that's another thing that's going to sound a little tone-deaf.
I mean, it's crazy. You're going to have illegal immigrants pushing up the social housing list and the private rental market. You have criminals, terrorists. Who wants to live next to a terrorist or convicted murderer or something? No one. This is so tone-deaf, wrong, and really sums up, unfortunately, the type of a Britain that Keir Starmer wants us to have.